Hey guys, this is Jake from Sidewar Media, and I'm back with another video. This was a question one of the subscribers wanted to know is how to set your vocals to the beat, so that they're meshed really well, that they feel like they're a song instead of a recording of the vocals and a beat, no separation. Um, so I have a few things, and one of them is just mix your vocals well. Get your compression right, get your EQ right, because this is really going to fight those frequencies that might try to overpower your beat, especially in the presence of your vocals. You really want to get that right. Compression also, because you don't want your vocals going back and coming up and going back. You want them to stay right there. Like I said, you want them to stay right in front of the listener's face. So the reason why I picked this sample, this vocal and beat sample, is I've had this like forever. These vocals, these were recorded back in my old apartment. So you can kind of see what type of quality vocals we got out from, a somewhat acoustically treated apartment room and through SM7B. But the main reason is, this is a good example to use because there's a few things. There's a ton of bass in it that we want to control. There's a ringing sound on the drum kit that is the main issue with the vocals. So new mix engineers, when they get a loud beat, they want to raise up the vocal level. They want to push that to 0 dB, and that just doesn't work. You're gonna have a lot of issues when you get up there. You're not gonna have any headroom, so you're gonna be clipping. The best way to do that is with bringing the beat down. It's the easiest way too, especially if you have a lot of vocals. Instead of just bringing them all up or whatever, you're just bringing down the beat. So the best way to do that also is to do it in mono. I have a big knob for my monitors. My monitors run through there. And so I'm able to listen to things in mono. I just hit a button and it does it. And that's the way I do it. It's simple. But you can also get this free plugin from Boz Digital Labs. And it's a cool little plugin. What I use it for is the mono. They have about 4 free plugins, and I suggest you check them out. So we'll use this. I won't use the mono button on my machine. And what we're going to do is I'm going to use the clip gain, but if you got any gain, Pro Tools has trim. You can use whatever. Whatever to get the level down. But we're going to listen to in mono. All right. And we're going to get the vocals to sit above the beat. Give them a bit of separation from the snare.
The box with some niggas getting all these big and ups. The money stay made weather even in the winter. Small circle, but I bet it fit around they women.
All right, and gonna take this off right now. We're not using it the rest of the time. So that's one way to get the levels seated right. But you can also hear there's those frequencies that, like I said before, in that 3.5K range. that is giving us issues. And there's 3 ways we can combat this. One way to do this is to use the EQ that has mid-side. You can do this with just a regular EQ without mid-side, but I like doing the mid-side for the function of bringing back those frequencies back up on the side. I'm sure a lot of people know of this technique, but maybe don't know of the mid-side version of it. So find your frequency range that's giving you trouble with your vocal frequencies, cut that out, and then on your side frequencies, boost it back in. And we'll play that.
I had a vision way back when I was pushing Maybach Benz. Everything flush. If you gamble, you should gamble it on us.
So you hear that ringing kind of goes away and gives a bit of more space to the vocals. That's what you want to listen for. So the next one is a multi-band compressor. And this is another reason why I like T-Rax. T-Rax plugins is they have MS on everything, I believe, that they sell. And so what we're doing is we're bypassing 3 of the bands. On the 4th band, we're going from 2.2K to 8K. We are just, when that ringing sound hits, we want the compressor to reduce it so it's a bit more level to the rest of the beat. So the difference between this technique and the one I just showed you is this one is only affecting that frequency when it goes past the threshold, right? So when it's not, it turns off. It's not doing anything. And so that is not affecting that frequency range for the whole track, unlike the EQ technique. So we'll listen to this one real quick.
I had a vision way back when I was pushing Maybach Benz. Everything flush. If you gamble, you should gamble it on us. The chosen ones. We get approached in the club. You ain't big enough to box with some niggas.
All right. 3rd one, I use this guy a lot when I have issues in this range. This is just a cool plugin to have for side chaining. So on my vocal track, I labeled it key, and I have on the insert of the beat, I have the plugin, which is getting its information from the side chain, which is the vocals. I have this in mid-side. It's mid-side. It's 100% mid. And I've set my attack and release to be somewhat musical, so you don't notice it. I'm telling the frequencies between 1K and 3.2K. I want those frequencies that come in on the side chain reduced by 23%. It's a really cool plugin. You could get very specific with it. So you're going to see the visual of it here, but also listen to it.
I had a vision way back when I was pushing Maybach Benz. Everything flush. If you gamble, you should gamble it on us. The chosen ones. We get approached in the club. You ain't big enough to box with some niggas getting all these big and ups. I had a vision.
I really like the separation it can give. This is also a good plugin for like a bass and kick. There's another plugin that I've heard about, I don't own, called Center by Waves. And that lets you just affect the center stereo field. I don't have the plugin, so I made a makeshift version of it. So I'm at the same gain as the beat we were just working on. I made 3 duplicates, and what I did is I cut up the frequency spectrum. So So on the low range, it goes all the way up to 364 hertz. The mid range goes from 364 to 3.8K. And then on the high range, it goes from 3.8K all the way up. I'll solo each one just so you can hear which each one is. And I've already adjusted the volume on the middle one because that's what we're going to do to give space to our vocals. So let me show you this one by one.
Yeah. I had a vision way back when I was pushing Maybach Benz. Everything flush. If you gamble, you should gamble it on us. The chosen ones. We get approached in the club. You ain't big enough to box with some niggas getting all these big and ups. The money stay made weather even in the winter. Small circle, but I bet it fit around 8 women. Thankfully, she baked for me. We bake fully off weed cookies. She so cal, low calories.
That is it, guys. I hope you've learned something. And if you want to hire me for any mixing, just hit me up at sidedoormedia.email@gmail.com, or you can message me through the website sidedoormediastudios.com. And yeah. Anyway, peace out, guys.